everyone, in this video, we will be discussing all about line symmetry. After watching this video, you should be able to answer this essential question. How can you check if a shape has line symmetry? For those who doesn't know yet, to formally define, a shape has line symmetry if it can be folded about the line so that its two parts match exactly. A fold line or line of symmetry divides a shape into two parts that are the same size and shape. Now, before we start discussing this line of symmetry, it is very important to remember the kinds of lines that you know already from your previous topics. So we have vertical line that goes up and down, horizontal line that goes left and right. Diagonal line goes through the vertices of any polygon that are not next to each other. It can go up and down and left and right. So there are some photos presented in the slide as well if in case that you have forgotten them. Now let's try to explore this time line symmetry. What are this and how to test for this one? Example number 1, it's asking there, does letter W have line symmetry? Using those three lines that we just defined just now, try to check which among those lines can be used to cut this letter W in such a way that the two parts will be matching exactly the same way from one part to another. The correct answer? It should be the vertical line. So as you see, if you will draw a vertical line along that space in between those two lines of A, letter W, you will have these two sets, this left portion and right, combined or folded together along that line, which will match exactly together. Another one would be letter L. Think of how you will draw those vertical, horizontal, or diagonal lines to check if there would be a line symmetry for this. Now to show, this is how it will look like. If you will try to have a vertical line, obviously, it will not create an identical portion or parts that match exactly the same way, similar to our horizontal line. For the diagonal, at first, you might uh, say that it's exactly matching one another. But I want you to look at carefully on how we are writing letter L. The one at the bottom part is much shorter compared to the upper portion of our letter L. Therefore, if we will try to apply a diagonal line, similar to how it was applied here on the screen, it will not create a line of symmetry. Now to check for line symmetry of a rectangle, let's try to apply all the possible lines, vertical, horizontal, and diagonal lines. Okay? In line with this one, apart from the slide that I am currently showing on the screen, I am holding right here a purple rectangle with me. To check for vertical line, so I have here a vertical line. If I will fold it this way, so if you are doing it on your own, you may try it out and fold your figure like this one about the line to check. Will the parts be exactly the same as the other? If yes, then this is a line symmetry of rectangle. Another one, so going back to the original rectangle, if you have a horizontal line, so fold it this way and check. Will the parts match exactly the same way? The answer is also a yes. Now lastly, for our diagonal lines, so here, if we will try to fold it this way, you will see that the parts won't match exactly the same way. Therefore, diagonal lines are not possible to be a line symmetry for rectangle. Okay, so for rectangle, there are only two lines of symmetry. Okay, now next one. Let's try to check each of these items if the line shown on the figure is a line symmetry. We simply have to answer yes or no on this one. So just like what we have discussed just now about rectangle, diagonal lines cannot be a line of symmetry. So no. For this one, for this figure, if we will fold it about this line, you will see that they are identical. So it's a yes. Same thing for this smiley face. Fold it about that line, and the answer is yes. They are matching exactly the same way. Then for triangle, if the line is drawn like this and you have to fold about that line, the answer is a no. So horizontal line cannot be used for triangle. Next, have you learned something today? If yes, kindly give me a thumbs up or send me a message if you have any questions using this email. Thank you so much for watching.